grass carp stop feeding collectively once it gets dark? Chances are you've just chosen the wrong fishing spot. The hotter the weather, the better the grass carp fishing. Hot weather means the real peak season for grass carp fishing is coming. I believe you must have seen many videos of abundant grass carp catches recently. I've also been busy making bait, preparing to catch big grass carp. In fact, I encountered a huge one a few days ago. Unfortunately, the target fish that day wasn't grass carp, and I used a thin line, so it's no surprise that the line broke. Back to grass carp. Grass carp like high temperatures, so most anglers choose to fish for them during the day. Actually, they can also be fished at night, and there's even a possibility of catching larger grass carp. However, several anglers raised the question: do grass carp really feed at night? When communicating with me, and they said that the grass carp in their area stop feeding collectively once it gets dark. I can say responsibly that grass carp definitely feed at night. Let's not mention the past. Just in the past few days, several grass carp were caught at night in the place where I fish, and they were caught by different anglers. The small ones are 7 or 8 catties, and the big ones are 15 or 16 catties. Addition, the time when fish are caught is concentrated between 8 to 10 p.m. There's basically no need to fish in the second half of the night. Fishing in the second half of the night is not as good as fishing in the morning. The time from 4 to 6 a.m. is excellent, but the bait can be cast around 11 or 12 p.m. Of course, fish conditions vary from place to place. In some places, fish do have fixed feeding times. Some only feed at night, some only during the day, and it may even be accurate to a certain time period. This is normal. So when anglers say that the grass carp in their area stop feeding collectively at night, it may be true, regardless of the location and fishing method. But there's another possibility that you've chosen the wrong fishing spot, and this possibility is quite high. Because the areas where grass carp move during the day are different from those at night. Factors such as rising and falling water levels, clear or turbid water, flowing or still water all have an impact. This situation also applies to other fish, especially big ones. As we all know, grass carp are very timid and afraid of people. Unlike carp, which are cunning and cautious, grass carp are purely timid. If they feel safe and enter the bait area, they are easier to catch than carp. During the day, due to strong light and noisy environment, they usually move in deeper waters and away from the shore. Normally, grass carp are fished at a depth of 3 to 5 meters, and in some places, even 6 to 8 meters. If the water is flowing or turbid, you can fish in shallow waters during the day, but you need a long rod. Rods specially used for grass carp are basically 8.1 meters, 9 meters, or even 10 meters. Those who have tried it should have a deep understanding. Moreover, the premise of this fishing method is that the water is turbid. Then, generally, you need to make multiple bait areas, wait for a long time, and when fishing, you need to hide or stay away, right? But it's different at night. At night, the light is dim and it's quiet. Grass carp become bolder and will approach the shore and go to shallow beaches. If you observe carefully, you can hear the sound of grass carp coming to the shore to eat grass. But in this case, it's not easy to fish. If you use a long rod to fish far and deep, you won't get any bites for a long time because the fish have gone to the shallow beaches. But if you go to the shallow beach and use a short rod to fish nearby, they won't dare to come. After all, you can't avoid making some noise. So how to fish for grass carp at night? First, in terms of weather choice, I think it's better to choose a sunny day with wind during the day, and wind at night too. Such weather has high dissolved oxygen, and the fish are active. In terms of fishing spots, try to avoid places with many people. Keeping quiet is the first priority. There are several types of good fishing spots. One is under high banks, where your sitting position is relatively high above the water surface, with a cliff-like structure, and the water near the shore is deeper. Grass carp move along the banks. This is also a fish path during the day. When fishing at night, you don't need to use too long a rod, or you can use a long rod and fish at an angle, or step back. Another is the point facing the large water surface. This kind of fishing spot needs no more introduction, as everyone knows. It's better to choose a point where shallow and deep water meet. The greater the difference in depth, the higher the probability of catching fish. At night, we can fish in shallow water, about 2 to 3 meters is enough. The third type of fishing spot is my most recommended one, and it's also easy to find. It's a large shallow beach with a lot of reeds and other plants that grass carp like to eat. Such a place is like a canteen for grass carp. They dare not come during the day, but they will come to play around after dark. If the shallow beach you choose is a bay, it's better to sit at both ends of the bay, so that the fish entering the bay will find your bait first. The bait should be cast in advance, and try to set up the bait before dark. Grass carp have a large appetite, and as mentioned above, unlike carp, which for a long time after entering the bait area, grass carp will eat wildly once they confirm it's safe. It doesn't matter if you cast more bait. We can use a lot of bait and spread it out to increase the range of luring fish. I usually cast 70–80% of the bait centrally first, and then spread the rest around, front, back, left and right. The bait can be old corn, sour, and it's better to have a little stinky for large grass carp. You can also cast a few pieces of bran cake and rapeseed cake to keep the fish. If the fishing area has good resources or farmed grass carp, you can use tender corn or pellets to replenish the bait, casting a little from time to time. After catching one fish, replenish 2 or 3 spoons. But if you only catch 1 or 2 fish in a night or even often get nothing, you should replenish less bait. I prefer to cast enough at one time and stick to it. The fish situation in each place is different, and the fishing methods and baits are also different. My experience can only give you some reference, but you can't copy it. If you really like fishing for grass carp, you must consult the local anglers who are good at it. Go to the fishing spots as much as possible when you have time, get familiar with the fish situation, and observe how others fish. This is the most reliable way. Finally, a warm reminder: don't use lights when fishing for grass carp at night, and don't turn on the headlamp casually. Try to use luminous floats or fluorescent beads. Keep quiet and don't move around casually. It's better to chat loudly than to move around. Author profile: I am a self-media blogger who loves fishing and is good at sharing. Follow me, and we will exchange fishing skills and discuss every bit of angler's wild fishing. Give a like, collect, and follow to avoid missing the next update.